Whether you choose to immigrate or not, you are probably curious about the list of the most expensive countries in the world. Recently published a research of the most expensive countries in the world to live in, which you can watch in the following video. Luxembourg has always been at the top of the list of the richest countries in the world. In terms of cost of living, it is one of the most expensive countries in the world. In this list, a score of 64.18 is considered for Luxembourg, and it is the 10th one. Qatar has a score of 68.06 in this list. It has skilled workers from other parts of the world and gives them very competitive and high salaries. But a large part of this salary is spent on the high cost of living in Qatar. Subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. The UAE is known as a country for the rich and famous. The cities of the United Arab Emirates, for example Dubai and Abu Dhabi, are among the most expensive cities in the world. The UAE has a score of 68.39 in the list of the most expensive countries in the world. The Bahamas, with a score of 73.63, is a Caribbean state that, like many of the world's island nations, is plagued by import problems. The country's imports exceed its exports, which makes the cost of living in the Bahamas very high. All Scandinavian countries are expensive, and Norway is no exception. With a score of 74.47, Norway is one of the most expensive countries in the world to live in. In Norway, the average cost of renting one-bedroom apartment is €925 per month. Singapore is the fifth on the list with a score of 76.57. According to Singapore news sources, the cost of buying a beverage bottle in the capital is about £8.50. Iceland is a country isolated from other European countries and has very little fertile land. As a result, the country is forced to import more of its own food, which has increased the cost of living in the country. Iceland scores 80.47 on this list. Hong Kong is one of the most expensive countries in the world and ranks third on the list with a score of 81.93. In this crowded country, apartments are very small and very expensive. Switzerland is always on the list of the best countries in the world to live in due to its excellent and perfect infrastructure, public health and clean environment. Of course, all of these great services come at a cost. That is why Switzerland is the most expensive European country to live in. With a score of 90.68, Switzerland is the second most expensive country in the world to live in. Bermuda is a tax haven in the Atlantic Ocean. With a score of 126.34, it became the most expensive country in the world to live in. The nation's capital, Hamilton, is the most expensive independent city on Earth.